I want to talk about other books that I've written more recently. Most recent of all is one called Flamingo Boy, which is set in France during the Second World War, when France was invaded and occupied by Nazi forces. And what's interesting to me about France, and I've written about it in other books, one called Waiting for Anya as well, is this idea, which we don't really know about in this country, about how it is to wake up in the morning and find soldiers from a foreign army marching down your street, tearing down the Union Jack and putting up their own flag, kicking all the people out of government and taking government, and dreadful things which happen when one country occupies another. And we've never experienced that. All over Europe they have. And that interests me. And I know France quite well. It's the only other language I speak. And I went down not that long ago by accident and visited a part of France I've never been to called the Camargue, which is right in the south. And it's a national park of unbelievable beauty and wildness. It's just a flat marsh right by the sea in the south of France. It's a place where the great painter Vincent van Gogh went to do some painting just towards the end of his life. And in fact, the book is about one of those paintings, 4 boats drawn up on a beach, right on the edge of the Camargue by the sea. So I went down there and I discovered, yes, that the Germans had come there towards the end of the Second World War, actually the middle of the Second World War, and they'd stayed there and occupied the place. And I wanted to write about that. I was so fascinated by the place. And a lot of my stories begin with place. I'd never been to a place like this before. There were flamingos, thousands of them. There were black bulls in the fields. There were white horses. And there were mosquitoes, lots of mosquitoes. If you love mosquitoes, go to the Camargue. And they have an amazing wind which comes in called the Mistral. And the Mistral blows so hard and for so long it can make you mad. So it's interesting. If you want to go mad and have mosquitoes, go to the Camargue. But you'll also see these amazing flamingos. And if you don't want the mosquitoes and you don't want the wind, read Flamingo Boy. It's a story very much based on those times, set in the war, but it's also a story about a boy who has autism. And I wrote about that because I have a grandson called Lawrence, who is autistic, severely autistic. And I've always wanted to try to see the world as he sees it. This is what we do when we're writing about people. We try to find out what goes on behind their eyes, how they see the world, how they feel the world. And autism is a mystery to those who haven't got it. People who study it and live with such children learn a lot about it. And I, as a grandfather, am learning, and part of the learning process really was to write this book. So anyway, try Flamingo Boy.